doing the sound effects and shit, and yeah.
Right. But like that was like a huge bit, and it was something that people really thought was great, and they found value in, and it entertained them. It's just, I have a lot of friends who are comedians or write comedy or things like that, and that's what if you go and look at, you'll watch Carlin or some of the like, great comedians. They're out there like they're allowing you to connect with what's inside their head, or part of their life, or how they grew up.
Yeah, and there's two different comedians. There's the guys like that Carlin or Pryor, those guys that let you into everything,
right?
And then there's like the Daniel Tosches, which are very guarded.
Right, they're joke writers. They've got good.
Yeah,
they're skilled.
They got a formula. They're sticking to that formula.
Right.
I don't know anything about Daniel Tosh.
Right.
But I know he's a great comedian. His shit's funny.
Right, and he's had a show on the air forever.
Yeah.
I have some friends that bought houses. They work on that show. They've been on that show since the beginning. It's incredible.
What a cool, connections you made there then.
Yeah, LA was a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of interesting people, and some of these things that other people, from your hometown or that are, they're so impressed by all these things that become kind of second nature. Their industry stuff to us. You know what I mean? It's probably you probably look at booze sometimes. You're just like, the bane of my existence. Yeah. What I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm like telling people, I'm like, I have to drive 50 miles to drop a script off at Dick Clark's house in Malibu. That just sounds ridiculous, but that was something I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was the bit. That was like, I can't come out tonight, guys. I have to drive to Dick Clark's house in fucking Malibu. So I'll be back at 11 p.m. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck my life.
Yeah.
And everyone else like, oh, it must be nice.
It must be nice. You must live a cool life. And I'm like, yeah. I'm driving around in my car, no air conditioning. Like, when I was a PA, when I first moved down there, I had this Nissan truck, like 5-speed, like whatever, and then it didn't have air conditioning. And like when you're a production assistant, that's like the lowest. That's like the entry level position.
You're the bitch.
Yeah, you're the bitch.
Yeah.
And I can remember, like, I used to have to keep like a couple extra shirts in my car because I would take these scripts or take things, and then I would have to drive 30 or 40 minutes in the middle of the LA summer. It's 100 degrees. I'm like in traffic, so that there's no air coming in. And so I would have to get out in the parking lot, and like my back would just be covered in sweat. And then I would like put on another shirt, like go in, deliver whatever I had to deliver, come back out to the car, take that shirt off, put my sweaty one back on, go to my next delivery, change shirts. And it was just like, it was a silly place, but a great place to spend your 20s and 30s, man. It's so fun. Like, there's a lot of creative people. Everybody's there trying to make it.
Yeah.
But it's also a very like it gets a little immature.
Yeah.
You just end up you're partying a lot, and you're around a lot of people that are having fun. There's always shit to do. There's always concerts to go to, endless bars and restaurants are always opening and things like that. And it can become like a very I don't know. You just get caught up in that kind of scene.
Yeah, I can see.
You get a little disconnected.
It's
it's like when you leave the scene, then you're like, that's weird. It's so quiet here in Marysville. Like, how do people live here? How do they eat?
You have a stove?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it is. It's cool in itself as an ecosystem, but, it's cool in it, and it's cool to look in on it.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of friends there that, like, they're making it work. They do it. They like that lifestyle. That's awesome. And sometimes I miss it like crazy. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you feel I feel like we kind of had to grow up or remove ourselves from it because it could just go forever.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, right?
And that's, you look at you can look at across the room and examples like, is that going to be me in 20 years?
Yeah. And you see a lot of that, dude. There's also a lot of sadness involved with it for things like that. But also nobody moves to LA to do the thousands of jobs that support the cool jobs that everybody wants, right? Everyone's an actor, director, producer, agent, writer.
Yeah.
And the truth is, that's the small percentage, right?
Yeah.
Then people are like, I wanted to be a comedian, but now I'm a location scout. I wanted to be an actor, but now I'm a wardrobe assistant.
I'm a Harvey Weinstein cover-up guy.
Oh my gosh. It's so strange. And that's the other thing, too. I mean, people get so freaked out by that, and it's like, dude, that shit is happening all the time, everywhere. It's part of our society.
Well, and that's what
Like,
it gets blown up in when someone with that kind of stature and that
Right.
kind of deal. But how many secretaries? You know, how many people have gotten there, you know, sleeping your way to the middle
Right.
in corporate USA?
Right. I mean, do you ever? I sometimes think about that too. Is like because it's such a part of our culture. Like I don't always think about that stuff. I'm like, how many people have I offended, or brushed off, or sexually harassed? Maybe not in to that extent, but like, have I hurt someone's feelings?
I know, yeah.
By being insensitive, you
Yeah.
know. Like I'm sure I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not like. You know, I'm not like, it should be a lot better if you were sitting on my lap or something like that, you know, but it's, I just wonder, like, because of the way our society is, I think it's very easy for males, especially white males, to be insensitive to so many.
And we get positive feedback all the time from it, too, where I know I've been in situations at the bar or whatever where you're half the night into it and you say something like that, and then the girl that you said it to is laughing and giggling with you, and you're like thinking that's positive reinforcement. I'm going to keep going.
Right.
Now, are you laughing, giggling because you're anxious and nervous, or are you really digging the humor?
Right.
Am I that charming? Fuck no, I'm not that charming.
No. Yeah, no. I've always been kind of a put down guy. Like, I like to poke fun at people and I like to give people a hard time, but you know, sometimes, you know, I guess your spouse or whatever always kind of becomes your better half and is like good at shining a light, and you're like, hey, you know, when you said that, like, it was kind of mean.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like the defensive one, right? Like, not me. I'm not trying to be mean. But then you sit back and you kind of look in the mirror and you're like, okay, I see how maybe that was.
I could totally see how you were offended by that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or somebody else might be offended by that. But it's just interesting when the lights get shined on these things.
Well, and it's it's an instant character just to be able to identify it. You know, and be like, because a lot of people don't get it. You know,
no,
fuck you.
But it's the society, right? Like it's all common. Like we've just always been doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but should we always be doing this?
Fucking suck up.
I mean, the whole taking a knee thing, like, I don't necessarily know where you stand on that, but, like, that's such a huge thing now, too, and it's like, everybody has something to say about it, so let's try to figure out what's important here, is that people want to be heard.
Yeah,
right?
That's the whole, at first I took a pretty hard stance on, like, oh, fuck this is bullshit, but after, like, getting into it and talking to other people about it, and you realize it's like, what? It's just something to say. Like, it starts a conversation.
Right.
The only way that conversation is less effective is if a bunch of dipshits say, well, fuck you, stand up.
Right.
You know? Or, you know, either make it the issue and let's talk about the issue, or totally ignore it.
Right.
And
I do think there's part of our society where there are some really dark things that we tend to ignore and things that we accept. And there are people on the other side of that coin looking at it from a completely different perspective. And we're always headed towards that moment, right? It's like if you piss your wife off, right? The whole drive home, you're like, man, it's going to have to be uncomfortable before it can be better, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people on those. I'm like, look, these people need to be heard. And if you look at the backlash that's coming from the other side, right, from a racial standpoint or from the military standpoint, and you look at it from the minority standpoint and all these things, it's like, okay, it's all going to have to go get uncomfortable first, before the dust is going to settle.
Yeah, there's going to be some feelings hurts, but that's discussion. That's
exactly, you have to have it.
That's when I'm not seeing your side and you're not seeing my side. We're going to have to,
we'll just go back to our little holes and like continue to live in our own little.
And if we do that, it's the status quo. Mm-hmm. There's going to be no change. Mm-hmm. Whatever's happening is happening. Right. Now you want change and I don't. There's going to have to be some dust up. There's going to be, there's going to be a couple fights. There's going to be dust-ups, and once it's all said and done, we'll both be better because
right. What's going to come of it? What can we make come of this?
Yeah.
You know?
Can you inform your people of my opinion, and then I'm going to go back and inform my people of your opinion.
Right.
And we'll be able to come and sit at the table next time with less friction.
Well, I also tell people, too, like, sometimes people are like, you know, let's remodel our house. Well, it's still comfortable, but it could be better.
Yeah.
Right? Could be better. We want to do some things. We want to see some change. Although we like it this way, right? Maybe we have to get rid of that one piece of thing that we've sort of been hanging on to, but like if we introduce this new thing,
we got subway tile.
Right, we get that subway tile in here, this place is going to be great. But then you have to be like, okay, then there's like 6 months, you're like, we're going to do it ourselves, and then there's like 6 months of like tarps, you know, and people are stepping on nails, and you know, you've got like the nail gun is in the silverware drawer and all that kind of stuff, and you have to go through that uncomfortable period.
3 tetanus shots later.
Right. But then at the end, it's better. Right? And
you
just have, there's always, any good change, there's always something uncomfortable that happens.
Yeah, there's the caution sign out front, construction ahead.
Yeah. And it has to be that way.
Expect delays.
Yeah, expect delays. Exactly. Totally.
Well, fuck it. I'm going to just call this. TravelinStiles.com.
Yeah. So let's do a little
yes,
plug.
Absolutely.
We've got a couple different things going on. We've got TravelinStiles.com, which is basically the base of everything for us. We're doing all the brew reviews there. Tons of travel tips. We're also super open, you know, to feedback. If people want to get in touch with us, questions, advice on anything from saving money, where to go, how to do things, itineraries. We're full of ideas and have been a ton of places. 66 countries we've been to together.
Nice. If you can find George on the safari, do it.
Right. Oh, my God. I try to find George. I was trying to put him in one of our articles, and his website is down. And I have a hard time getting information from the people that we hired him through. But so TravelinStiles.com, and then we've got all the social medias, right? Facebook, Travelin Styles, Instagram, Travelin Styles, Twitter. We're even on Pinterest. That one's a little lacking at the moment.
I know. I have the same thing, and I'm not quite sure what to do with it.
But they say that that's the best. That's one of the best ones because all that stuff stays evergreen, right? I mean, I'm sure Pinterest has figured out some sort of algorithm to make you pay. Yeah. Like all the other ones are doing. But yeah, so we're on all those social channels. And then we also do the Bobby's Brew Review, which is part of Travelin Styles at the moment. Yeah. That's the brew review where we go around and we try to showcase the different beers, but also the places, the atmosphere, the environment, what you can kind of expect, the vibe. Yeah. Because there's so many out there. There's so many different ways for people to connect to, you know, their beer. The beer isn't the same old, you know, can that your dad was drinking now. It comes in big cans, small cans, sour, sweet, dark, light. So there's something out there for everyone, and it's a fun world to explore. So absolutely, we're doing that. Right on. It's cool. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, thanks, man.
That was it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for listening on that one. Make sure to sign up for that turkey trot. It's 5K Thanksgiving morning. Register by the 16th and use the code BLOGIT to get your $5 off. Also, go check out the Stilly Diner. I talk massively about their breakfasts, but they have amazing lunches too. If you are doing business in Arlington, stop in there for a quick lunch break, and your socks will be blown off. Check them out; they're awesome. 360-403-8486, and go check their burgers out, man. And then finally with Latham, go if anything you're looking for in real estate. I know November, December is usually a slow time in real estate. It's also a great time to be on the market because there's not a lot of people looking for houses. So if you're looking to upgrade, now is the time to check it out. You're going to get some of the best prices ever because it's hard to sell a house this time of year. If you're looking to sell, Jeff knows some secrets and some shortcuts to get your stuff off the market. He's still averaging a very fast turnaround on any listing that he has out there. So go check him out, 425-345-4920. Thanks a lot, and we will see you guys next week.